What do you need to know about buying a home in Montrose, California? Well, it's not as easy as you think, but it is worth all the effort. Here are some tips I'd like to share after living in this community for almost 20 years. First, not many people leave once they come here. That's why this part of town is called Mayberry USA. You really feel like you're walking back in time. Some of these homes have not been touched in decades, because the people that live in them have never left. This is the reason why people and kids come back and end up living with them, or the kids move in the house, because the community is so close to downtown Los Angeles, Hollywood, and all the amazing places in LA proper. You feel worlds away up in the foothills with the hiking trails and the snow-capped mountains, and plus the tight community of shops and restaurants. It's pretty spectacular. And then another thing that happens in Montrose is most people do leave over time. Their family has been there for generations, and then they decide, you know what, we don't want to sell it. They decide to make it an income property or rent it out to another family member. This is what makes inventory so tight in Montrose. When I moved here 20 years ago, just trying to get a rental property, it took me 6 months. I remember taking the day off work and driving across town just so I could see the same place for the same day the sign went up. It is that competitive, and I feel it still is this way today. Another fact about Montrose, property values keep going up every year. In fact, once the Trader Joe's opened in 2011 on Honolulu Avenue, 11 years later, property values skyrocketed at a 143% increase. The other reason property values keep going up every year is because of the award-winning schools. The best schools in Glendale are in this area, and people specifically move here for them. So when they do move here, the average resident stays 17 and a half years, pretty much from the time your child starts kindergarten till when they graduate high school. But then the parents like it so much, they decide to stay. Now that you know how hard it is to buy a home here, what can you do to make it easier on yourself? First, I highly recommend you hire a real estate agent you know, like, and trust, someone who understands the neighborhood and understands the nuances and is well connected within the community. Where do you find a great agent, you might ask? YouTube is a great place to start, but if you know someone in the neighborhood, ask them for a referral. But I do recommend interviewing more than one agent, as all of us are not created equal. It's a personal choice. You have to find someone that you are willing to create a relationship with and divulge some personal information. Then I would look at every open house and the neighborhoods, even if it's out of your price range, even if it's below your price range, whatever comes to market, which is not much, so you need to familiarize yourself with the neighborhood. See what the home styles are and what it's like to live here. I also forgot to mention, you have to get pre-approved because the homes in Montrose sell extremely fast, and if they are priced well and marketed appropriately, they will be gone in less than 2 weeks. So a buyer needs to be pre-approved and ready to go. If you're striking out on finding the home that you love, this is where your agent needs to do some heavy lifting for you. They can door knock letters to a specific neighborhood you want to be in to see if the seller is willing to sell it off market. And this does happen. Again, you have to be patient and be willing to put yourself out there. Also, you need to come to terms with that you're not going to get everything you want. A lot of these houses are older. They need work and are not turnkey. So be realistic what you can afford and what you're willing to compromise on and not compromise on, because you're really buying the location and the beauty of living in this neighborhood. One thing I can tell you is everyone who does move here loves it and is so grateful they are here. It is a very special place, and I would very much like the honor to help you find your place in Montrose, California. I'm Nicole with Think Real Estate. Happy to help.